Midst of deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know me, saith the Lord. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit.
I don't know why that started playing, but I guess that fits for the lesson. So I'm going to leave it in. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Right, so you heard what he said in here at the start of this video. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit they refuse to know me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Right, so I'm going to keep that in the lesson, because that started playing. I accidentally pressed play on that particular scripture for the lesson, and it somewhat fits to what I'm going to be talking about, man. And I want to talk about how all these women in this world have been given more freedom through an increase in their financial situation, right? And they've become proud because of that, and started to think that they are better than men, right? They've started to think that they're better than the men that are in their nation, or better than the men that they earn more money than men, right? And I'm going to show in the scriptures that this was all planned, right? Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 22. How long will that go about, O backsliding daughter? For Yahweh has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, right? So women are able to go around the authority of men in this world, and it's led to them becoming arrogant and thinking that they're better than men, right? But Yahweh did that deliberately, because he's got a certain prophecy that he wants to fulfill by making these women have an abundance of wealth to where they think that they're better than men. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teach, for the pleasant fields, for the fruit of vine. They're going to be hoping for all the times that they're living in right now, right? Where they was able to become a millionaire overnight due to things like OnlyFans, right? Or they was able to get a man to send them a cash app, right? Or they was able to say, oh, I don't give out my number to guys, but you can have my Instagram, right? As if that's any kind of way to really contact somebody, right? But these are all the things that women was able to do, and many more, man, and many more. They was able to get flown out to Dubai, do something dodgy, and get 50,000 here, 50,000 there, right? They was able to become a complete degenerate and break laws and do things that if a man did those things, they'd call him a creep. But when they do them, oh, they're just being a woman living their best life, right? The amount of hypocrisy and things that you wicked women out there are getting away with that never get spoken about, right, is disgusting, right? It's actually disgusting, man, that women have been able to get away with all this stuff for such a long time and no one says anything. The law don't treat it the same way, as if a man does the same crimes. And if you flip the genders, it's always looked at as worse when the man does it, right? And men have been watching this patiently and have seen this happen. And it's led to them building up anger against you wicked women out there. But this has all been done deliberately because Yahweh's got a particular prophecy in regards to you women out there that he wants to fulfill, man. He's got things that he's wanted to fulfill using you wicked women, right? Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16, moreover Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet, right? So Yahweh's wanted you women to get proud, but how could you women get proud if the men that would correct you are over you in power? He'd have to get rid of those men having authority over you and cause for a man that doesn't really care about you, that wants to use you to destroy the nation that you're a part of. And in doing that, he'd tell you, oh, the men of your nation, they're horrible. They're trying to oppress you. They're trying to ruin your life. Look at how free we are in our nation and all that. And then you stupid, gullible women believe that. And then are trying to make out like you're in authority, man. Right? Like the women of most of our families, right? They'd boast if they felt like the women of the nation are the biggest voice in your family, right? But then at the same time, they'd spend the previous half an hour when they're speaking to you about how destroyed your family is, and they won't come to the conclusion that maybe the family's destroyed because women are in charge, right? Women don't come to these conclusions, man. They're horrible judges. They don't understand nothing. Like that woman that got hit in the face with a brick is a perfect example of that, because women have not that was talking shit haven't came back around and said, you know what, that woman lied, and made a big campaign to try and find her, get some justice from her lying and scamming. But they was prepared to try and want to find out who the man that hit her in the head with a brick was, though, really, wasn't they? But that man didn't even exist. There wasn't no brick. There wasn't no man. There wasn't no black men that stood by and watched her get hit in the face with a brick, because there wasn't no brick. But these women ain't gonna say nothing about that, because they just wanted the scenario that they hoped for to be true. But guess what? When the day comes where women are getting hit in the head with the bricks, men are not gonna care. Just like how certain men didn't care then. I know I was one of them that didn't care. I didn't care, because that woman, I could tell that she really deserved. A woman like that deserves to get hit in the head with a brick. Real talk. Let me carry on in this. Let me jump down. Verse 24, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent. And that's why most of you Israelite women don't really smell that nice, right? And why you're fat as hell, man. The average Israelite woman is big as hell, man. And you can try and say, oh, I'm a coon and all that. Okay, I'll be the coon that's telling the truth. The average Israelite woman is fat, right? The average woman nowadays in general is fat. But I'm talking about you Israelite women. If I was to go into the average gym anywhere in the UK, right, I'm probably gonna see maybe one out of the women that are training in there. Maybe you'd be lucky if there's 10% of them that are Israelite women. It's gonna normally be the majority Edomite women, right, and then some like Elamite and Ishmaelite women in the UK, and then maybe 10% of them will be Israelite women, but they don't really know what they're doing. They're just walking on the treadmill. They ain't really doing that much. Not really, man. And that's why even when it comes to the top women in the fitness industry that are doing things, the Israelite woman will still be the most talented when it comes to athletics and stuff like that, because they're an Israelite. But I'm on about, like, in general, when it comes to doing fitness, the Israelite woman don't care about that, man. She thinks she got it already. And that's why there was a video that one of the elders put out recently of some woman with some big rotten thighs, shaking them up all on the screen in some like highly turquoised color, some like high visibility jacket colored bikini, looking disgusting. I had to watch that video from listening to it, man. I couldn't even look at the screen. After watching that for 10 seconds, I literally felt sick, man. I actually felt like I was gonna throw up by seeing that woman running, shaking her big rotten thighs from left to the right, man. Because it's gross. But Yahweh's deliberately made it be so that the women could get like this and be proud, because he's got things that he wants to fulfill using you women. And this is one of them I'm reading right now. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. Instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well set hair, boldness. And that's the reason why you Israelite women can't grow hair. And we all know it's true, right? It's one of the things that you so-called black women try and fake like you're proud about, right? Because you can buy hair. But then we've seen what happened in Peckham in regards to you Israelite women having to buy hair, right? You don't get the refund, so then you try and think you can run out the shop with the hair when the receipt says no refunds. And then when you get two big hands around your neck, now the whole neighborhood's got to shut down the shop, right? Fuck that, right? If the receipt says no refunds and you've been going there to the shop for years, then you already know the procedure. You already know what it is. But that's what ends up happening. You women have to boycott stores. But if you already had hair, you wouldn't have to boycott nothing. And if you wasn't proud, it would be your people that owns the hair products for your own hair. It would be your own people that own these things. The Israelite woman that's got her own little hair salon thing that she's doing on the side or as a career, she wouldn't have to go to no heathen to buy no hair and have to hold for no receipt. She'd be able to go to her own people, or she'd own the shop. But because we're cursed, we have these things happen to us, man. But you women don't want to recognize that you Israelite women don't want to recognize that we're cursed. Even though when I look at you Israelite women, I see that you're cursed. You try and act proud, but you're not really proud. You're really embarrassed of your own self. So you have to put weave in your hair, but really you don't want to have to put weave in your hair, but you know that if you take that weave out, the majority of you are not going to look nice. Now, are the most attractive women in this world, if they're on point, going to be an Israelite woman? Yes. But the majority of the Israelite women are not attractive right now. And people can say whatever they want to say. I'm just singing it real out here. That's the truth of the matter. The majority of Israelite women have become fat and overweight, man. Obese, in fact. Obese. And brothers that date Israelite women that are dating those ones that I'm talking about. They ain't gonna date those ones that I'm talking about, man. They ain't gonna want that. They'd be dating the ones that are on the higher end. The ones that are still attractive, man. Because they've got some dignity about themselves. Verse 25. In fact, let me go to the last bit of this. And instead of a stomach at a girding of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty, meaning that the average Israelite woman is not going to be that attractive, man. They'll damn near look like us if their short hair was any shorter. They damn near look like us, man. And I'm not even saying that to be mean. I'm saying it because it's the truth, man. The average Israelite woman, if she cut off all her hair, would look like a man damn near. Some of them would, man. Real talk. And if an Israelite woman stumbles upon this video and you're ashamed of that, good. Because maybe it will make you be humble. Verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. Now, what men is that he's talking about there? All the men that allow you women to get away with wickedness. All the heathen men, all the Israelite men, all the men that will jump out the sky to try and defend women no matter what. And then they want to say, oh, I ain't even trying to hear what none of these jellyback men have got to say about this. Well, maybe you're the one that's jellybacked. Because you are just moving around like a simp, trying to defend women no matter what all the time, right? Prepared to go up to a store and bust someone's head when you don't even know the whole story. And you can always find a wicked ass Israelite man to try and get some corner thing going. He'll always be down to show up to somewhere in a mask for violence sake, right? But if you was like, man, I'm trying to start a new company, you want to help me build this up, people are like, nah, I ain't on them thing there. He ain't gonna want to do that. He ain't gonna want to help you if you needed help on an assignment for something, or if you needed help with writing some kind of business plan up or something like that. They wouldn't be prepared to do that. You'd be on your own then. But if you need to go on a ride out and they want to talk all that foolishness, you could always you could probably find that Jake that you don't even know to do that with you. That you literally never met them before in your life. That's how wicked Jakes are and how down they are to do some violence. Verse 26, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So after all you women that thought you had all this money and all this pride, right? Yet at the same time as you're getting all this money and pride, you became uglier and fatter and more vulgar in your speech, right? Like I saw the one video yesterday of a woman that was on some like one of these dating show things or something, right? And she was on there talking to some Israelite guy that like her, all that high value man stuff, right? And he was just talking to her about normal relationship type things, and then she just switched it up and started talking about what's your favorite body part, and was trying to turn the whole conversation sexual straight away, which shows that these women are not feminine, right? Women are not really feminine no more, man. They're not really feminine. It's like they really want to be treated like a piece of meat out here. It's like they really desire that. Like that's what they look for. But this guy was asking her questions as though it's someone that he would have took more seriously. But then when she started saying that, then he was like, okay, I'll talk back like this then. And more than likely, that's how that whole scenario ended up going. And then when it goes bad, she's going to be talking about, oh, he's wrong, he did this, he did that. But she was the one that gave off that energy. But anyway, verse 26, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground, because the day is going to come where women ain't even going to be getting to choose the partners that they're going to get. And all these guys that you women think are weird in this world, right? And I'll give some examples of you women. The guy when you're in the supermarket and he walks up behind you real close, right? That guy, that's going to be the guy that's going to be chasing a lot of you women, wicked women down the street, man, right? The guy that sits next to you on the train, even though there's plenty of other spare seats on the train, that guy, he's going to be showing up by you. And I know you women know what I'm talking about, right? The guy that sits right by you on the train when the train's empty, that guy. These are the people that you're going to have to fear, man. The guy that sits next to you on the bus, even though the bus is empty, but he decides to sit right next to you. These are some of the guys that you women are going to be terrified of, that you're terrified of already now, right? But there's always normally some simp that comes by that you wouldn't normally talk to, given a chance. But he comes by as a white knight to save your ass. In that day, he's not going to save you. And them same weirdos and creeps that you're normally scared of, they're going to be running you down, man. Now, if you women don't want that to happen, humble down and repent. But if you don't, then that's going to be your life, man. And you don't have to believe it. You can stay proud. That don't really matter to me. Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So this is the reason why we see that Yahweh's made you women have all that money. Because you're going to be saying in that day, when you're desiring a certain man's protection, you're going to eat your own bread and wear your own apparel. He don't need to take care of you financially. Whereas right now, that's what you try and come with. Some of you women be asking for men to have a certain financial situation that you've never seen before in your life. You've literally never even met this man to know that they exist. A man that's 6'5", makes 500 million a year. You've never seen these people in your life. Your life that you live has never caused for you to see one of these people in real life. You might have seen them on the TV, but you've never seen them in real life. Or you might have seen them on Instagram when you stalked them and followed them around to try and find all these people and all that, and seen that they got this and got that. But you've never seen them in real life, though. You've never seen them in real life. But you've tried to push this type of mentality on the everyday normal man. But then you'll have a problem that he'll push on you a thing that's came from ancient time that's always existed. He wants his woman to be a virgin. And you'll have a problem with that, and you'll say that men are delusional for wanting that. But all this stuff has been done so that you women can be humbled, man. I'll read this again. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And that's what's gonna be the case for a lot of you women, because really right now, even in the world, man, 7 of you women will take hold of one man. Seven of you women will take hold of one man that's got all this money right now, man. You do that now for these guys. You're all you women that go to the concerts of these celebrities and these musicians, right? That go to the red carpet events of these musicians. You all know you ain't the only woman. But then you'll dive up on the stage and you'd all be taken backstage if he offered you. But in the time to come, you men are going to see all the other women. And you ain't going to care when these men of the elect have got a multitude of women around them that are all desirous to be their wives. You ain't going to say, oh, nah, I got to be the only one. You ain't going to be saying none of that, because you're going to realize how inferior you always were. Right? And that sounds harsh, but the truth of it is going to be revealed. The truth of it is going to be revealed right now, man. Just make something break out anywhere, and make a fight break out in any nightclub or in any pub on Friday or Saturday, and watch how quickly women start to become feminine, man. Make the violence be aimed at everyone, every gender. And just watch how quickly women become feminine and how they don't buck up, man. So how much more when all hell's breaking loose? I took a screenshot of a picture before from what happened during 9/11. There was a woman like all crouched over a deli cart, man, in a store. when all hell started breaking loose there, she looked shook, man. She looked like she aged an extra 5 years right there and then. And I didn't see no women proud in any of that footage, man. In any of the 9/11 footage that I've ever seen, I never saw one woman proud or confident, not one. I ain't never seen one. I saw them all running. I saw men with confidence because there was firemen there, police officers there. I never seen no women with confidence though. They were shook. They were terrified, man. But I'm gonna end the lesson there anyway. Right? Women getting all this power and money has been done deliberately for the great humbling that he's gonna provide on you wicked women out there, man. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakak Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom.